So, Sincere and I met about 8 years ago. I was either coming or going to school. I used to go to LACC on the train, and we met on the train. So, either I was entering the train or I was exiting the train, don't really remember. It was him, who's a girl who's now his baby mama, and one of his dogs. And he approached me because he saw my tattoos, and he does tattoos, and he handed me his flyer. A couple of days later, I went home and I cleaned out my backpack and I was organizing my stuff. I saw the flyer and I decided to go on Facebook and to follow him. Come to find out, we had a lot of mutual friends, and one of our mutual friends was actually my big sister. I asked, who is this guy? Come to find out, his brother was engaged to my big sister. So because of that, I already like felt some type of love for him, like he would have been my brother-in-law. He and I we met to get tatted. Being tatted was some of the thing. Then we started talking, and we really started to getting to know each other. I told him, what it was that I was doing. I had just like started sex work, and he was just like he knew about that business, and that he respected the way that I was doing it, because some girls are stupid, and we really bonded about that. Soon our friendship became physical, more of a friend with benefit type of situation. I've had different type of like relationships. This was one point in time where I lived with someone else, and that person had went to work, and I called Sincere, and we were talking because it was my first day of work, of my first day at an actual like fast food job. It was like my first day at like Del Taco, I think it was. And he came to where I was. He cuffed up my uniform pants. He made me breakfast, like to give me that, like, that support. Your first day of normal work. Um, Shit like that. Like anytime I needed some type of love, some type of like support, I can call him, and vice versa, and we were always there for each other. Just for the record, he and I never ever had sex with each other in exchange for money. Our Us having sex was just like, we ended up spending the entire day, found ourselves somewhere, and grown folk business. But he's never, and I've never, it's never ever 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 ever, no. So then, um he went to jail, and he was away for 2 years, and no one had to tell me that he was in jail or anything. I noticed that I hadn't heard from him, so I took the time to look him up. um then when he got out, he came straight to me, and we had a great time, and we had a real heart to heart about maybe we should like take our relationship to the next level, and like what does that mean for us. And we were on the same page, completely on the same page. We were completely happy and bliss for a month. Christmas Eve came, and I really wanted a sea boil. And anytime I take interest in something or want something, he does take interest of it. He didn't even know how to make a sea boil. He was watching YouTube. He asked his family. We went to San Pedro to get some supplies from his mom's. We also went to Ralph's on Christmas Eve, which is hectic, to get everything so I can have what I wanted. When we got back in from Christmas Eve of shopping, basically, which originally he had wanted to go to the mall, but it was raining, and with a 3-year old, and we weren't prepared for the rain. I hate the rain. I stay in. So that's how we end up just going to Ralph's, picking up some things for Christmas Eve dinner. never kicked you out. I said, oh, you gotta go. Why? Because you trashed my character, and then you said some ungrateful shit like, oh, I was just making best of the situation. Well, that means that you were just using me for a place to visit your son. I don't appreciate being used. You got me fucked up. You gotta go. That's my point. That's it. When we came back in, he or his baby mom called each other, which was no problem. It's Christmas Eve. Of course, she wants to talk to her son. No problem. The thing is, the conversation with his son ended in like 10 minutes. Okay. And then they started having their own personal one-on-one conversation. I was still being so fucking respectful. Like, I really believe that if someone's on the phone, leave them alone. Obviously, they're on the phone because if they didn't want to be on the phone, they would say, oh, you know what, let me call you back tomorrow, like, oh, like, they would say something to get off the phone. So clearly, if this conversation is still going, it must be something important. That's what I'm thinking. So I go into the bathroom, I shave, I'm doing Snapchat, I put on a face mask. I'm very much around, like I'm not whispering, I'm not, being okay. So then I started to take care of their son. We were in the bed, we were playing, we were watching something on TV. He was in the kitchen, he was making the seed boil, and he was on video chat with this girl. Nothing was like secretive or nothing. She knew I was there. She said what she had to say about me. He did defend me. I'm gonna totally say that. But when he hanged up the phone after 2 hours, now my food is cold, you know and now I'm just like, I ask him, like, because someone's on the phone for so long, it's normal to ask, oh, like, what was that about? Like, I was interested. He said, and I quote, it was my prerogative. That turned into a whole argument. Then, because normally, like, when he gets off the phone, he'll say, oh yeah, that was my sis, or that was my bro, or that was whoever, about this, about this. And the fact in this conversation, he did not say that, and he was kind of annoyed that I was even asking. I was like, I was completely dumbfounded, like, hold on, right? Oh my god, he let me have it, you guys. I was pressing, I was insecure, I had low self-esteem, I was demanding, all types of shit. And I still was like, and I was firing back. I was hurt, and he's not making it better. And oh my god, it was awful. And I made a video about it, and I actually Snapchatted the entire argument. It's an hour video. I really took time to edit it out and everything like that afterwards, because that's how upset I was. I really had time. Like, I was so invested. I was so angry. I was so hurt. And I didn't even tell him to leave. I didn't even fucking tell him to get out until his ass was like, I was making best of the situation. Oh, you gotta go. And I didn't even kick him out at that second. I said, as soon as the the little one gets up, like, can you, like, you gotta go. Like, can you go? They didn't even leave until like 11 o'clock the next day. And so then he left on Christmas Day, and I was so hurt. Like, he really just left me. Like, there was no, like he just left. Like, after everything, and I'm really like, what the fuck? Like, I'm still like, what the fuck? Because it's like, I've really had to, like, trust and love this man and everything. And this is before, like this is our first big argument, so I'm really thinking, like, okay, we're beefing, we'll make up, we'll be okay, you know. And So it was like a week or so of fighting, so childish. Like even my girlfriends got involved. Um, but he agreed to meet up with me. We met up at the train station at like 7 o'clock. It was windy. It was kind of cold, but I met up with him. And so at this time, it's a little bit after New Year's. Um, it's a little bit after New Year's, and we meet at the train station, and we're face to face, and it's really emotional. Like even back like before Christmas Eve, the fight, he had shown so much emotion because he was afraid that we were losing us, you know. And I was just like, stunt. It's like I'm not trying to lose you. I'm not trying to lose us. I'm not trying to have you leave. I'm not trying to leave you. I'm not trying to do none of this. But at the same time, you cannot treat me bad. You cannot. There's no room for error here. There's absolutely none. You know me way too well. So at the train, like we're having such a heart to heart, and I totally believe that we're working past it, that we're gonna be together, and we're just working past that. So we continue to see each other a couple of times. Then my birthday typically falls in the same weekend of Valentine's Day. So I went ahead and I, like had like a cake and chocolate covered strawberries and his favorite dessert, and I got him a Valentine's gift that was really from the heart. I'm doing, certain things, right? Thinking that, okay, like, you know, and I'm thinking that we're working it out. Like I feel like our communication is getting a little bit better. I'm seeing that we're still laughing, that he still loves me. He has a pinky ring. He's letting me wear it. We're video chatting like his friends and his siblings. I'm really like, okay, cool. We're moving. Okay, so bad news. About a week before my birthday, he actually gets fired from a job that he had gotten. And so I'm sure that gave him, like, he was really in a bad mood, and he really like disconnected himself, and we went like 4 days without talking to each other. And I messaged him on my birthday, and I was just like, hey, what's up, because technically I have two birthdays. I was born on February 10th, but my birth certificate says February 11th. And because of his job that we didn't know that he was going to lose, we had planned on him taking the day off for my birthday, and he was already off on Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day was a Sunday, February 2021. Date night, maybe. Yeah. Look at him. Look at you. So good. Look at him. Okay, so sidebar. Let's talk about, my shit. Okay, so when I'm talking to you and you are like looking at the phone and you're reading something and you're doing something else, I will stop talking unless you tell me, oh yeah, go ahead, like I'm listening, but I'm doing this also or whatever, right? Like that's like a common thing between me and Sincere. Like he's always on the phone. I don't care what he's on the phone for. I don't care who it is. I don't give a fuck. Don't fucking care. My point is, especially when you're on the phone with someone, first of all, it's rude as fuck to be having like 5 different fucking conversations. It's weird. Also, I don't need that fucking person knowing what the fuck I'm talking to you about. Seriously, I'd be like, oh, it's okay. Like, oh, wait. Being respectful, being patient, being understanding. And he's like, why you always gotta do that? Why you always gotta treat me like a child? And I'm like in my head, I'm like, you're acting like a child right now, throwing a fucking tantrum. Like, I'm being respectful. You're clearly on the phone. It's clearly so fucking important. Your fucking ass been on the phone for 45 fucking minutes. I don't understand that shit. But like, I obviously, like, you're on the phone. Like, I'm waiting. for you to be off the phone so you can pay attention to me. Because, hi, I'm here. Punk ass. And also, this guy's full of shit. I love him. I love him so much. I really do. Like, he is full of shit. We were on a balcony, and he was like, I just want you to know that I was all in. And I, for the sake of staying on the topic that we were talking about, I said, yeah, I know. Right? Honestly, no, how the fuck am I gonna know that? How am I gonna know that when you deliberately don't text me back, you deliberately go days without talking to me? When I asked you to leave, you left me twice. Okay? How are you gonna be all in? No ifs, buts, no ands. No, actually, I'm fucking saying my ass right here. If you want to go, take a walk, you can. But I'm staying. We're gonna work. None of that. I said go. He said bye. The fuck? Cannot be all in and deliberately miss my birthday. You can't do it. You can't justify that. Like, and he and I, we were friends for 5 years, and then he had his prison sentence, which was 2 years, and now we're on year 8. Okay, like, you don't deliberately miss my birthday, especially when we've gone through all that. And like, no one had to call me, and no one had to, see me in the store and be like, oh yeah, did you know that Blue, like, he got locked up, and like, oh my god, like, no one had to be like that. I was like, wait, where's my friend? I haven't heard from him. Looked him up. Oh shit. Wrote him a letter. Oh shit. Like, cause I'm a fucking real one. Like, fuck you mean? And it's not like, oh, like, something came up. No, nothing came up. Homeboy was up the street with his gay friend. Okay, so that, if I really tap into my fucking mind, you would rather hang out with your gay friend than to be with your girlfriend on her birthday? Dead ass? Oh, for real? Because of why? Because she hangs up on you? Oh, really? That's your reason? Kiss my fucking ass. You were sucking dick. He wasn't, but like, in a medical fork way. Like what the, you just can't say, oh, you were all in. Shut the fuck up. And that made me blush, and I was like, fuck, my fucking face is all red. Like, shit, that was so sweet of him to say that, but it's not true. Like, it cannot be true. Like, yo, fam, like, you love me. We can't argue that, like, because we have pictures, we have videos. You can just see how he is with me. You can see the way he looks at me. Like, there's a lot of love there. But homeboy, you are not all in. You couldn't be. There's no way in hell. And I hanged up on him. He was in a loud place. I couldn't hear him, couldn't understand him. I hanged up. We weren't fighting. We weren't in a bad space. We were fine. So I just don't understand why the fuck he didn't just call me back when he was done whatever the fuck he was doing. Because he didn't want to be there. Like, that's the answer. God, okay. My husband needs to stop fucking with his habits. And so, like, what bugs me, I don't know why it does. I hope that it didn't bug me, so then it wouldn't bug me and I wouldn't be like bugged, But like, oh my god, this dude is always on the phone. He's always on the phone. And like, for me, I'm like, why the fuck can't he just be like, hey, I'm with Mona. When I'm with Mona, you leave me the fuck alone. And when I get back, make sure my money is straight, or I'm gonna sock you in your fucking throat. Like, why can't he just be like that? This nigga, like, I wake up, he's on the phone. Before I go to sleep, he's on the phone. He's sleeping and the phone's fucking blowing up. And I'm just like, we're in a whole different state. You can't do nothing. Like, you can't do nothing. You're in a different state right now. Like, they need to wait. Personally, I have no idea how it is as an adult woman to have to, like, check in with a guy, that I'm not fucking. I have no idea how it is to give a guy my money. I have no idea how to do shit like that. Like, I don't know. I can't relate. Like, I don't know. But like I went through his phone, and that's my fault. I went through his phone. But I went through his phone so I could get a picture, because sometimes I ask him, oh, send me the picture, and he doesn't send me the fucking picture. So I went and got the picture myself. Only reason. So, I got nosy. Went through, the first 3 messages. Nothing is really going on. Nothing wrong. I mean, I don't care. I'm single. We're single as fuck. Like, we're friends. We've been friends a hell of a long time. I'm clearly really important to him. He booked a flight with me. Like, the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, clearly. And I haven't spent a whole day with him since I've been here. You do not come for me. Okay, I didn't message homegirl. I didn't call homegirl. None of that. So don't come for me. That's my number 1 rule. Don't have any female hit my line about you. That's it. I don't care if I'm single. I don't care if we're together. I don't give a fuck. I don't believe in monogamy. I don't think human beings are made to just be with one fucking person. I think that's just religious thinking. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. Because he always, remember that day I woke up, Sincere was not there. He went to the store, and I called him. I was like, what is this? And he was like, right. And so then, like, I left, and I went on my own journey, and that's how I met Sana, and I had a wonderful day. This clown is doing this, and now look, I'm about to have a wonderful date with this man, this different guy. It's all right. I need to take my ass back to church. God has my back, because there's no other way to explain it. Like, oh my God.